forget the time he got caught passing a love note to the Lizard Council's wife.
Is that why we never sail the Yuttle Door anymore?
Speaking of youthful Gore, that loopy legionnaire really thinks that Orky charm loves him.
I wouldn't let an orc within 500 yards of my loving nature.
Ever heard about the time the captain took the Duchess of Federal's carriage for a joyride?
No, indeed. He drove it straight to the pub and back.
And don't forget the time he got caught passing a love note to the Lizard Council's wife.
Is that why we never sail the Yuttle Door anymore?
Speaking of youthful Gore, that loopy legionnaire really thinks that Orky charm loves him.
I wouldn't let an orc within 500 yards of my loving nature.
Ever heard about the time the captain took the Duchess of Federal's carriage for a joyride?
No, indeed. He drove it straight to the pub and back.
And don't forget the time he got caught passing a love note to the Lizard Council's wife.
Is that why we never sail the Yuttle Door anymore?
Speaking of youthful Gore, that loopy legionnaire really thinks that Orky charm loves him.
I wouldn't let an orc within 500 yards of my loving nature.
Ever heard about the time the captain took the Duchess of Federal's carriage for a joyride?
No, indeed. He drove it straight to the pub and back.
And don't forget the time he got caught passing a love note to the Lizard Council's wife.
Is that why we never sail the Yuttle Door anymore?
Speaking of youthful Gore, that loopy legionnaire really thinks that Orky charm loves him.
I wouldn't let an orc within 500 yards of my loving nature.
Ever heard about the time the captain took the Duchess of Federal's carriage for a joyride?
No, indeed. He drove it straight to the pub and back.
And don't forget the time he got caught passing a love note to the Lizard Council's wife.
Is that why we never sail the Yuttle Door anymore?
Speaking of youthful Gore, that loopy legionnaire really thinks that Orky charm loves him.
I wouldn't let an
I said to him, I said myself, if I don't start earning an extra gold piece an hour, I'll walk out that door.
Good on you. These boss men respect confidence, you know. So what did he say?
Well, what does it matter? Day labour's more suited to my nature anyhow.
Yes, honest pay for an honest day.
I said myself, if I don't start earning an extra gold piece an hour, I'll walk out that door.
Good on you. These boss men respect confidence, you know. So what did he say?
Well, what does it matter? Day labour's more suited to my nature anyhow.
Yes, honest pay for an honest day.
Slimy, reeking, rotting sea garbage. Plenty of fish in the sea, but I've got the foulest of the lot on my hands. I've spotted
I
some.
give milk. I give wool. And
Moo! Don't disturb my...
Thank you eternally for your help. Though that strange reaction you caused, blue lightning from a healing stone, I've been studying under Theliron for some time now, but that task, being asked to play the gods, was the first time. I've a passion for this work, you see. A passion to see things put in order. From a flesh wound,
Soothing a corpse's
One man's
mind.
trash is another man's.
Can't have gotten
trash.
far. I know it's here somewhere. But I don't want to ruin this particular batch of party elixir with too much wormwood. I know it's here somewhere. I don't want to ruin this particular batch of party elixir with too much wormwood. Now, that tone, soothing the corpse's troubled mind. Can't have gotten far. She'll realize soon enough that her little party tricks hardly make her worthy of such grave responsibilities. Now, that tone, soothing a corpse's troubled mind. Can't have gotten far. Now, that tone, soothing a corpse's troubled mind. Can't have gotten far.
better solution to the zombie problem than a set of silver arrows. Careful, comrades. I've seen sorcerers infuse even lowly fowl with dark enchantments.
Today, I think, a king, the great Sigurd and his rainbow of war machines. It is said, and this I have heard from a ghost who knew Elba, who knew Elliot, who is said to have known Sigurd himself, that the king had a great thirst for colour. So ardently did he crave creamy blues and gory reds, that he ordered a contest across his realm. A king, the great Sigurd and his rainbow of war machines. It is said, and this I have heard from a ghost who knew Elba, who knew Elliot, who is said to have known Sigurd himself, that the king had a great thirst for colour. So ardently did he crave creamy blues and gory reds, that he ordered a contest across his realm.
You there! Take a seat. Prepare to laugh your head off. Cry, I am Reginald the Illusionist, purveyor of the most... That's right, a talking head. And he doesn't just talk. He'll weave you... I obtained this curio. You see, I was diving in search of a rare medicinal sea herb. I volunteered with the local children's... Though the chest was stuck fast, I had the treasure of a lifetime in my very hands. But in the hubbub, before my mind's eye swam the faces of the many war widows, grabbing fast to the hilt of a cut, freeing myself from my wood. It was there, along... What a generous spectator! Find a seat in the front, eh?
My word.
My
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. Oh, excuse me, I'm trying to prepare for the next show. Or I doubt I have to tell you that I am the amazing singing Stefan. The only... Psst. You're a source hunter, aren't you? Oh, bless the seven. Look, you've got to help me. Pleasure to meet you. Now, please, Stefan has many fans to meet today. Psst, now help me. Take me to Reginald's cellar. There I will... It won't be the worst indignation I've suffered.
What do you think you are doing?
It is said, and this I have heard from a ghost who knew Elba, who knew Elliot, who is said to have...
You there! Take a seat. I am Reginald the Illusionist. That's right, a talking head. I obtained it. You see, in the hubbub before my mind, grabbing, freeing my... It was there. What a generous spectator.
A talking head? What dark sorcery is this?
Come on, come on, and see the amazing
Bravo! Yeehaw!
Sicil's only sentient severed head.
Word.
By the seven, what a tale!
Today, I think, a king, the great Sigurd and his rainbow of war machines. It is said, and this I have heard from a ghost who knew Elba, who knew... Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la... I doubt I have to... Psst. You... pleasure to meet you. Now, please, Stefan has many fans to meet... Today, I think, a king, the great Sigurd and his rainbow of war machines. It is said, and this I have heard from a ghost who knew Elba, who knew Elliot, who is said to have known Sigurd himself.
Don't ask me what the tale's about.
Great thirst for colour. So ardently did he crave creamy blues and gory reds, that he ordered a contest across...
Zombie ate your dog? Orc sunk your ship? No matter! You're at Katarina's Fair. Well, I'm Katarina the Fair. Fairest First Lady of the Fair, of course. I do love making the acquaintance of my patrons. I've an open stage in want of talent, and I've often found the best young performers among the theatre's favor has overcome you, has it? Marvelous! I do so love a fresh green talent ready to check the library and see if any of the classics there interest you. I'd love...
As Rainbow of War Machines. It is said, and this I have heard from a
My
ghost who knew
word.
Elba, who knew Elvis, who is said to have
My
just
word.
sealed himself.
I seal what you're made of. But beer and flatulence.
And who are you supposed to be?
Oh, I should have been one of the...
No. Really? I hadn't.
Don't you have an impressive library here in Sice? Take it up with Katerina. You there! Sit! Don't pity me. No, when Reginald came, he bought some fantastic... It seems even my usually... And even when there's no crowd to speak of, old Reggie still has at least one fan calling Bravo! And I don't know how he a familiar... It seems even my usually choosy audience has been taken in by that hack's little gizmo. And even when there's no crowd to... I don't know how... Don't pity me. When Reginald...
What's the status,
Another
soldier?
peaceful day, sir.
Excellent. Let's keep it that way.
One coin or two, noble spirit? May the soul of Astarte smile upon you, kind. Oh, I am a happy man, and certainly a humble... a fool once was I, and ever seeking great... I'd heard they were not to be trusted, that they gave fools advice to the... They told me that I would find fame and renown if I renounced my worldly possessions, all my worldly possessions, and became a great figure of piety and humility. Fire, the most thorough cleanser, was my method. But as my house burned in front of me, I felt no elevation, no piety, only the sudden weight of my own idiocy. Thank you, kind one.
So, those statues told him he'd have to renounce his earthly possessions to become a spiritual leader, did they?
Absurd. Since when is poverty a prerequisite of spirituality?
Right. I'm not going to throw my...
Good to have you back, Source Hunter. A sight for sore eyes indeed.
Legionnaire at your... You don't look like you're quite ready to head out into the undead-infested wilds to me. Also, a party of one or two runs the risk of being... Thank you for heeding my words.
I wouldn't venture too far out of town if I were you. Many Legionnaires did so before whose invention? The stasis blaster. It's quite a sight, no? These days, we Legionnaires hold a lottery to see who gets to man the things. You can bet it's no small amount easier to blast those flesh-eating monstrosities from a distance than to get within striking range. Don't ask me how the blaster works, though. I wouldn't venture too far out of town if I...
So, the wizard's crafted a device intended to keep the undead at bay, has he? Little did he expect we'd recognize the hulking source sapphire he's using to fuel it. Careful now, comrades, and tread lightly. There's no telling when that madman's doomsday device might gain sentience and turn its rays on us. The magical sort will do anything to increase their own personal powers, be it offering their souls to demons, sacrificing the innocent, or installing dark machinery in a city they were sworn to protect. But have no fear, comrades. Together, we form an elite squad of unstoppable source-hunting savvy. We shan't rest until Cecile is safe once more.
Murder within the wall.
That's it, troops. Train up while you can. Next orcish strike can land at any moment.
Ice blue eyes narrow beneath a heavy brow streaked with sweat and dust. Her hands tense into claws, held at the ready.
Her brow knits together, but something in her pose relaxes. She clears her. I am Bear Daughter. I have not come here to find trouble with the Screech woman. She only startled me. And you are a source hunter. I have heard many tales of your order. Your history is long and honorable. This woman here, the one who now plots her revenge, she crept behind me while I was hunting, and I only defended myself. I would not hurt an innocent Screech woman on purpose. But soon their swords were upon me, and they forced me into this cage meant for dogs. Mother would rip the fur from her chest if she could see how they keep me.
Hey, who's that then? Come on.
Easy, Tull. That's the source hunter you're talking.
She may have the look of a woman if you squint hard enough, but we got reports of a strange-looking outsider skulking through the town with her bow drawn. I found her crouched back. I tapped her on the shoulder to see what was what. And
Bit Tullia right in the face, she did. It wasn't pretty, and now it's got a chunk ripped off it to boot.
enjoy it while you can, Ver. There's not another legionnaire in the cohort that'll have you if I go rabid.
Well, that's to be decided. She doesn't seem to be sick, despite Tully's moaning.
Perhaps it'd be worth taking this stranger under our wing. She'll likely come in handy if we can trust her to watch our backs.
Recruits!
After all, a fearless hunter might...
Well, that's a relief, ain't it?
Heed me, Source Hunter. She's not good for anything more than cannon fodder. And don't turn your back on her when...
Those boots in Paris are bridge throw. Get to shining, recruits.
Sorry, sir.
Source Hunter, I have heard tales both grand and terrible. In Home Forest, every creature acts according to the nature of its kind. Birds frighten easily, badgers fear little. But amongst men, there are no guarantees. It is difficult for me to claim humanity as you do. I am still learning to see myself in the faces of those I meet. And those I meet do not always see themselves in me.
About face!
It is strange to stand with one foot in the forest and the other in the city, Source Hunter.
Sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again! Attention! About face!
Sorry, sir.
You think that's funny, Private?
Sir, no, sir.
Attention! About face! To the barracks! Notch! Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again! Attention! About face! To the barracks! Notch! Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again! Those folks that embarrass a bridge crew get to shining recruits.
Sorry, sir.
You think that's funny, Private?
Sir, no, sir.
Those folks that embarrass a bridge crew get to shining recruits.
Sorry, sir.
Those folks that embarrass a bridge crew get to shining recruits.
Sorry, sir.
You think that's funny, Private?
Sir, no, sir.
Attention! About face! To the barracks! Notch! Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again! Attention! About face! To the barracks! Notch! Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again! Attention! About face! To the barracks! Notch! Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again!
Source Hunter. A sight for... I know you're probably knee-deep in that awful murder investigation, but truth be told, the Legion could use your help as well. We've been conducting a series of expeditions into undead territory, and I'm afraid I must admit they've met with very little success. Lieutenant Selenia at your service. I'm Captain Aureus' second-in-command, but rest assured I am a lot more kindly inclined towards source hunters than he is. Now, I certainly don't mind a bit of healthy competition and even rivalry between our orders, but I, for one, have no intention of looking a gift horse in the mouth. And that is exactly what your presence in Sicil is, source hunter. A gift and a blessing. Only heroes such as yourself can make a true difference in this troubled part of the world. Such is my honest conviction. I shall be very glad to share what information I can give you. If ever we want to be victorious in Sicil, we have to track down the root of the undead uprising. Under the Pact of Volunteers, 3 expeditions were launched to do just that. But so far, none of their participants have returned. Three landmarks were chosen for further investigation. The lighthouse, the burial. There's a lighthouse to the west, up on the bluffs, overlooking the sea. No man has gone there in a decade, and yet a light shines from its pinnacle every night. The locals say it's haunted, and half a dozen legionnaires have gone to find out whether or not those are mere tall tales. I fear for their safety. There are ancient burial grounds to be found north of the city. As good a place as any to start looking for necromancers, wouldn't you say? A local archaeologist offered to tag along with the men. Here's hoping his knowledge on the subject may prove to be of use to them. There's a church to the northeast of here, built atop the very place where once stood a temple dedicated to the source. The Sicilians razed it, and built a church for the 7 instead, supposedly to symbolize the victory of the gods over evil sorcery. All superstitious mumbo-jumbo, if you ask me. But when the dead rose, that is when they were first spotted. Hence the... So I did. The Pact of Volunteers. Many legionnaires will do whatever it takes to go home, which is why I personally sign their transfer orders the moment they make it back from a mission behind enemy lines. The chances of survival during these sorties are only about 1 in 10, you see. So my soldiers are free to volunteer, and if they are successful, they just bought themselves a boat ride home. The undead. I pitied them at first. Many among them were once kind and innocent civilians of Sicil, after all. No longer do I feel that way, though. Too many of my soldiers have fallen. The dead must be put down without mercy, if we can. The bravest among my men and women tell me they are weaker in the west and stronger in the east. So I suggest you head westward if you want to flex your... Divines doubly bless you, friend.
Greetings! These stores are for our Legion troops. Rivellon's finest work up mighty. Good luck with these Sicilians.
Come on, chicken, 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 viens chez papa.
A chicken has the right to live too.
Come on, chicken,
Yes,
chicken, chicken.
let's pardon him.
Yippee-ki-yay! Why did you let my chicken escape?
You let my chicken escape? Looks like it's your lucky day.
Well, Source Hunter, you come to right... That's enough of that now! Well, Source Hunter, you come to the right place. Well, Source Hunter, you come to the right place, you have. I got every style of equipment to fit you from head to foot, if it's a trade you're after.
These stores are for our Legion troops. Rivellon's finest work up mighty fine appetite, serving the 7.
Potent heat!
Bacon like a cake.
And now a stern chastisement in 3, 2...
It's heating up.
It's heating up.
He stopped that.
Feeling hot under the collar. It's heating up.
Oh, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away?
Good luck out there, Hunter. Evil lurks beyond Syseal's ramparts. Know much about zombies?
How can the Legion serve you to...
Drink and gamble.
I've spotted something.
Pay the big cheese on your rope with a wheel of the good stuff.
Let us see if you can choose the finest
Not the mood for cheese. An excuse is more holes than the size of this fine almond.
Welcome to the Town Hall of Syseal.
A source hunter will all...
Finest veggies Syseal's ever seen.
Oh, golly gosh! One who flaunts the highways and byways of silly old Syseal with the easy elegance of a puss with her tail in the air. I do declare, but where are my manners? I am Maxine, and you must be one of those hunters one hears so much about. Charmed, I'm sure. I'm the mayor's cat, don't you know? Born and raised on velvets and viands of most exquisite varieties. Maxine rhymes with queen, after all, and dearest. That is hardly a coincidence. He's a darling old Tom, isn't he? Paws over tails in love with me, and who can blame him? The feeling's, well, it's rather mutual, actually. But that pet of a puss simply doesn't have a penny to his name. At the risk of sounding as shallow as a spaniel, I can't but admit my love does not come unconditionally. What if we were to have kittens, he and I? They'd jolly well starve, wouldn't they, with an alley cat for a papa? Oh, dear Sam, he's such a good old bean. But he does rather reside at the bottom of the scratching pole, doesn't he? And dear me, one must have at least a mite of standards. But of course, darling. Be my guest. Oh, this quaint little town is a tad too parochial for one of my more urbane tastes. But one has to make do, hasn't one? The fresh sea air does go to great lengths to invigorate one's spirit, that much I'll admit. And it is rather jolly to watch the ships sail in laden with all kinds of exotic wares, full of the little treats the mayor likes to spoil me with. Darling man, he dotes on me so. Heavens forbid! No, fear is rather too strong a term there, Hunter dearest. The predator's instinct is a trait we share, you and I. And though those rancid ramblers may not be quite as easy to put to the claw as mice are, I assure you they are just as easily outwitted.
What? Oh, it's you. Come closer then. Closer, huh? My ears aren't what they used to be. Nor my eyes, for that matter. Yes, hello, Source Hunter. Our city welcomes you. My elf? What elf? Oh, myself. I am Cecil, Mayor of Cyseal, and husband of the stately Cecilia. I've been the mayor here for decades, and I'm quite eager to see Cyseal through these difficult times. Yes, very difficult times indeed. What? Oh, you mean Cyseal. Very difficult times indeed. As though the death of Jake, and by source magic no less, weren't enough. We're also facing all sorts of brutish intruders. The undead have overrun all but one northern trade route, while the orcs are making a habit of savaging our beaches. That's not to mention that at the top of this whole caboodle, there's rumors of some new religious sect or cult or some such sticking its tendrils into the innocent, seven-fearing folks of Cyseal. And, while we're on the subject of troubles, I myself have a private matter I'd like to bring to your attention. It involves a magic relic I rather foolishly sought. A weapon called the Staff of Pergamon. Jake murdered? Oh, yes. Yes, now I recall. Indeed. I could hardly believe it myself. The Council and I have certainly had our differences over the years, but old squabbles evaporate under such circumstances. Most of the townsfolk are certain Jake's wife Esmeralda is responsible. In fact, the Legion have taken her into protective custody to keep her safe from the mob. As you can imagine, I've known Esmeralda for years. That business between her and the Duke of Ferrol was always a bit, suggestive. But I've never had cause to suspect her of violence. Still, one never knows for sure. An all-right bloke, apart from all this Esmeralda nonsense. The whole town knows the only goal of his business trips to Cyseal is to spend a night or two at the King Crab Inn with Mrs. Counselor. What? The undead? Yes, for the past 2 years, those blasted skeletons have all but suffocated this city. With all but one trade route overrun, Cyseal's once torrential commerce has slowed to a pathetic trickle. What of what now? Oh, you're speaking gibberish. Ah, you mean the Staff of Pergamon. Yes, yes. I was expecting a shipment of weapons, and among the cargo was this very powerful, very rare staff. I managed to place the order through means somewhat, atypical to a government official. Cecil proved an old fool, though. For the merchant slated to deliver it to me has just informed me that the damn thing has gone missing. I fear it may have fallen into the wrong hands, and I wonder if you could retrieve it for me. His name is Conrad, captain of the Tidesplitter, a merchant ship still docked at the Sicil harbor. You can talk to him if you think it'd help, but I'd quite like to avoid getting the Legion involved, if you don't mind. The staff itself contains a shard of an ore, highly valued for its use in the weapons of war. I know use of the material to be forbidden, but I was desperate to do something to aid the townsfolk against the undead. Well, I do believe that's something your parents ought to have discussed with you long ago, Source Hunter. But I suppose if you really don't know, I'd be remiss if I didn't at least explain the basics. Ah, you see, when a lady and a fellow find each other rather nice, well, rather more than nice, they occasionally, well, Oh, this is nonsense. I'm the mayor for the 7th sake. I can't be bothered to chat all day about the birds and the bees when Sicil's under siege by orcs, undead, and cultists. That depends. What kind of berries are you interested in, exactly? Ah, the library. Yes, yes, you must have a visit. It's the gem of Sicil. Would you like to have a look? I'll escort you up. Marvelous. Follow me.
I knew that dark-dealing old man dabbled in source. To the gallows, I say.
The gallows? Well, I've heard of
A
such a thing.
source hunter? Me? I live alone here in town. Used to be that my younger brother Tom and I were practically joined at the hip, but that's all changed now. Oh, he's always been something of a rascal, calling his petty hooliganism adventuring and endlessly worrying my poor mind. Oh, but of course, I've always loved that scamp to bits. For my part, I encouraged him to join the Legion. Even got him sparring with Captain Aureus now and then. But then those blasted Fabulous Five came into town. That band of... I don't even know what to call them. Well, They're his heroes, and I simply couldn't prevent him from going to see them. That one meeting was all it took for Tom to run off with them on some mission to God knows where. Hey, stop that! You there? Cut it out! You there? Cut it out!
What? Oh, it's you! What news? Maxine? What in heaven's name are you? Oh, you mean the mongrel that's always skulking about the place. I spent months trying to teach that worthless hound how to fetch, and it sat through every lesson looking at me as if I were an idiot. Man's best friend, my eye. I've always been more fond of cats myself. Oh yes, the Fabulous Five. Aren't they simply fantastic? I'm sure they'll get the job done in no time, especially with your expert hand lent to their cause. That machine Ahu built is an abomination. It must be stopped at all costs. I bet the wizard himself could provide some advice regarding how to destroy it. He's the mad scientist who crafted it after all. Someone wants to see Victoria dead? That cherub of the book? That seraph of the library? Outrageous! Hear you me. You must stop that dog by any means necessary. As mayor of Syceal, you have my permission to take drastic measures if need be. That depends. What kind of berries are... Ah, marvelous! What? Oh, yes. This library is the jewel in Syceal's crown. The beacon of culture and learning in our fair city. My Victoria has every volume you could possibly imagine, and she's got every speck of information about this place packed into her brilliant brain. Yes, Victoria's come a long way from that little bundle of claws and teeth I adopted so long ago. Ah, it brings a tear to my eye just seeing her here among her beloved books. What? Oh, yes, yes. I'll be on my way back downstairs now. Please introduce yourself. I know Victoria will be happy to make your acquaintance.
Demonology for dumbbells.
Brief history of sorcery
I
still
need
hasn't
something
been
more
returned.
advanced.
Teleron will have to
The
pay yet another
Pseudomonarchia
fine.
Daemonum. And a first edition too. Most promising.
That's enough of that now.
The Pseudomonarchia Daemonum.
History of
And a
sorcery
first
still
edition
hasn't
too.
been returned.
Most
Teleron will have to
promising.
pay yet another fine.
Omnes autem mali. What? What is this? Who are you to interrupt my musings? By Naga the Protector, they have the manners of boors, these boatmen of Syceal. Oh, but perhaps I spoke too soon. Perhaps I was mistaken. For you hardly resemble the local fisherfolk, which, incidentally, is a compliment of copious dimensions indeed.
Kejdenor. A brief history of sorcery still hasn't been returned. Teleron will have to pay yet another fine. Kejdenor. A brief history of sorcery still hasn't been returned. Teleron will have to pay yet another fine. Who placed this book here? A volume of poetry among novels? Urak! What mayhem! Kejdenor. A brief history of sorcery still hasn't been returned. Teleron will have to pay yet another fine. Kejdenor. A brief history of sorcery still hasn't been returned. Teleron will have to pay yet another fine.
No. A source hunter. That is what you are. Yes, a stalker of sorcery. A chaser of charms pernicious. In truth, I cannot go so far as to say it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance, for I take no pleasure in the company of man. But it may just be to our mutual advantage to join forces nonetheless.
Does have a propensity for all things
I
new.
would tell you my reasons, but it seems rather pointless to do so, seeing that quite clearly there is no room left in your band of adventurers for an additional champion. A pity, really.
Volume 1, Volume 2. But where has the third one gone? Shatsu. Sometimes I think these books sprout little legs in the night.
something more advanced. The Encyclopedia Daemonium. I know it by heart. The Lesser Key of Sadakandras. What nonsense. The Pseudomonarchia Daemonum. And the first edition too. Most promising. No, this isn't the grimoire I'm looking for.
The knight in see-through armor.
The Encyclopedia Daemonium. I know it by heart.
Esmeralda does have a propensity for all things naughty, hasn't she?
The Lesser Key of Sadakandras. Ugh, what nonsense. The Pseudomonarchia Daemonum. And the first edition too. Most promising.
Who placed this book here? A volume of poetry among novels? Urak! Mayhem.
The Lesser Key of Sadakandras. Ugh, what nonsense.
Kaj'Dinor.
The Encyclopedia Daemonium. I know it by heart.
Teleron will have to pay yet another fine. Who placed this book here? A volume of poetry
The Lesser
among
Key
novels?
of Sadakandras. Ugh,
Mayhem.
what nonsense. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
Kaj'Dinor. A brief history of sorcery still hasn't been returned. Teleron will have to pay yet another fine.
No, this isn't the grimoire I'm looking for. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
Oh.
Demonology for dumbbells. Ugh. Demonology for dumbbells.
The knight in see-through armor.
I need something
Princess
more
Buttercups
advanced.
with the blushing
Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
Esmeralda does have a propensity for all things naughty, hasn't she?
No.
Who placed this book here? A volume of poetry among novels? Urak!
The Encyclopedia
Mayhem.
Daemonium. I know it by heart.
Who placed this book here? A volume of poetry among novels? Urak! What mayhem.
Demonology for dumbbells. Ugh. I need something more advanced. The Pseudomonarchia Daemonum. And the first edition too. Most promising.
Kaj'Dinor. Brief history of sorcery
The
still
Lesser
hasn't
Key
been
of
returned.
Sadakandras.
Teleron will have to pay yet another
Nonsense.
fine.
The Pseudomonarchia Daemonum. And the first edition too. Most promising.
Kaj'Dinor. Brief history of sorcery still hasn't been returned. Teleron will have to pay yet another fine.
The Lesser Key of Sadakandras. What nonsense. The Encyclopedia Daemonium. I know it by heart.
Kaj'Dinor. Brief history of sorcery still hasn't been returned. Teleron will have to pay yet another
Demonology
fine.
for dumbbells. Ugh. I need something more advanced. The Pseudomonarchia Daemonum. And the first
Who placed
edition
this book
too.
here?
Most
A volume
promising.
of poetry among novels? Urak! What mayhem. In the name of Amun-Hor, I bid thee Tujta Geta Hal. Be welcome, human. My library is yours, as I hope your friendship is mine.
First edition too.
I am Victoria, daughter of Mayor Cecil. Oh, I know what you're thinking. The likeness isn't exactly striking, is it?
Lesser Key of Sadakandras. What nonsense. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library? Demonology for dumbbells. Ugh. I need something more advanced. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library? No, this isn't the grimoire I'm looking for. The Pseudomonarchia Daemonum, and the first edition too. Most promising.
When I was very young, you see, I must have been cast out by my tribe, for I was found in a wicker basket floating past Sicil toward the sea. The fisherman who found me would have drowned me on the spot, for I am an orc after all. But praise be Amon Hor, dear Cecil was among the gathered crowd, and he took pity on the exiled infant that chance had put in his way.
The first edition too. Most promising. The Lesser Key of Sadakandras. What nonsense. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
He raised me like I was his own, this kindest of souls, taught me the language of men, their customs and their letters. Thus, I became the city's librarian, a position I uphold with no small diligence and pride.
Edition 2. Most promising.
Indeed you may. The wisdom I here hoard is yours to peruse and even take with you. All I can ask is that you return the books you borrow so that others may enjoy them too.
Archia Daemonum, and the first edition too. Most promising. Demonology for dumbbells. Ugh. I need something more advanced. The Pseudomonarchia Daemonum, and the first edition too. Most promising. Demonology for dumbbells. Ugh. I need something more advanced. The Pseudomonarchia Daemonum, and the first edition too. Most promising. No, this isn't the grimoire I'm looking for. The Encyclopedia Daemonium. I know it by heart. Demonology for dumbbells. Ugh. I need something more advanced. The Pseudomonarchia Daemonum, and the first edition too. Most promising. Demonology for dumbbells. Ugh. I need something more advanced. The Pseudomonarchia Daemonum, and the first edition too. Most promising. No, this isn't the grimoire I'm looking for. The Pseudomonarchia Daemonum, and the first edition too. Most promising. The Lesser Key of Sadakandras. Ugh, what nonsense. The Pseudomonarchia Daemonum. And the first edition, too. Most promising. No, this isn't the grimoire I'm looking for. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
Kiralizor. Oh, do pardon my language, my friend. But that is quite the startling revelation. So much sadness, so much anguish. Eglandir's tale is heartrending, though it seems that in the pursuit of retribution, he has himself become as great a ghoul as those that wronged him. Does he not see that I am now the one who is to be wronged? Why, oh why must he make me, of all gentle-minded and life-loving creatures, why must he make me the target of his imperishable hate? Whom have I ever harmed? I live for books, not brutality.
No, this isn't the grimoire I'm looking for. The Pseudomonarchia Daemonum. And the first edition, too. Most promising.
So, let us approach the situation with reason and ask ourselves, where do we go from here? Though, first let me say this. Hashizm bil kushum zunum. From my heart, I thank you for warning me. I thank you and I trust you. So pray, let me pose the question. What do you advise we should do? Leg Fizoda! Yes, a capital notion. Let him be brought before the law for his schemes. I am an innocent, and Eglandir would see me dead. That is a grave offense, is it not? It would probably be better if you rather than I informed Captain Aureus, though. He bears little goodwill toward me ever since my more savage brethren have been marauding the beaches and killing his legionnaires. Hello again, adventurer. I hope you wiped those muddy boots on your way in.
Discovered in this library?
Oh, he's always been something of a rascal. For my part, that band of... me...
The Source Hunter. Have you come to your senses? Have you changed your mind? Are you ready to join? No, this isn't the grimoire I'm looking for. The Encyclopedia Daemonium. I know it by heart.
Volume 1, Volume 2...
Demonology
Where's
for
the
dumbbells.
third one gone?
I need something more advanced.
Sometimes I think these books sprout little legs in the night.
The Encyclopedia Daemonium. I know it by heart. No, this isn't the grimoire I'm looking for. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
Poetry among novels? Urak. Mayhem.
The seven grant abundance!
Demonology. No, this isn't the grimoire. The Encyclopedia Daemonium. I know it by heart.
A brief history of sorcery still hasn't been returned.
Sigurd's
That
beard
alone has
was
to
a
pay
fight.
yet another fine.
No, this isn't the grimoire I'm looking for. The Encyclopedia Daemonium. I know it by heart.
We'll place this book here. A volume of poetry among novels? Urak. Mayhem.
Demonology for dumbbells. Ugh. I need something more advanced. The Encyclopedia Daemonium. I know it by heart.
Volume 1, Volume 2. But where's the third one gone? Shatsu. Sometimes I think these books sprout little legs in the night.
This isn't the grimoire I'm looking for. The Encyclopedia Daemonium. I know it by heart.
Place this book here. A volume of poetry.
The Lesser Key of Sardaukar. What nonsense. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
The Knight in See-Through Armor. Princess Buttercup with the blushing bottom. Steadtecker. Esmeralda does have a
Demonology for dumbbells. I need something more advanced. The Pseudomonarchia Daemonum. And a first edition too. Most promising.
Place this book here. A volume of poetry.
This isn't the grimoire I'm looking for.
Mayhem.
The Encyclopedia Daemonium. I know it by heart.
Demonology for dumbbells. Brief history of sorcery still hasn't been returned. Felloron will have to pay yet another fine.
Pseudomonarchia Daemonum. And a first edition too. Most promising.
Volume 1, Volume 2. But where's the third one gone? Shatsu. Sometimes I think these books sprout little legs in
Demonology
the
for
night.
dumbbells. I need something more advanced. The Encyclopedia Daemonium. I know it by heart.
The Knight in See-Through Armor. Princess Buttercup
Demonology
with the
for
blushing bottom.
dumbbells. I need something
Esmeralda
more
does
advanced.
have a propensity for all things naughty,
The
hasn't she?
Encyclopedia Daemonium. I know it by heart. The Lesser Key of Sardaukar. What nonsense. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
Sometimes I think these books sprout little legs in the night.
Demonology for dumbbells.
A volume of poetry among
I need
novels.
something more advanced. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library? No, this isn't the grimoire I'm looking for. The Pseudomonarchia Daemonum. And the first edition too. Most promising.
Felloron will have to pay yet another fine. Who placed this book here?
Demonology for dumbbells. I need something more advanced. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library? The Lesser Key of Sardaukar.
Place this book
What
here.
nonsense.
A volume of
Is there no
poetry
new
among
book
novels.
to be discovered in this library?
Mayhem.
Where's young Esmeralda these days? She has the softest lap. Aye, so there's the rub. I am but a stray, and she is the mayor's cat. Oh, I do understand her, I do. She wants a Tom of means, not privation. One who brings home the sardines and the occasion. Would that I still had my collar. Such a marvel it was, as bejeweled as the night sky with precious stones, said to have once been worn by a far-off Maharaja's best hunting cheater.
ever had the fortune of challenging the fate?
Like the king of all cats, I looked when I wore it. A gift bestowed upon me by a princess whom I had kept company during a long and perilous voyage. A precious band of gemstones, lost as I was tossed around by the waves like a ball in a game of catch. Among the waves it remains, I imagine. Worn perhaps by a crab who fancies himself a Caesar with it. If only I could be the Caesar again, and Maxine my Caesarina.
Come now, Alistair. Surely you've met your match once or twice.
Ha! The closest I've come to my match is when I linger over long while lighting my pipe.
Oh, careful now. Your head's growing more swollen than Saffron's, I dare say.
How fares your first quest, hero and hunter? Fabulous. Who? Tom? Doesn't ring a bell. Oh, hold on. Yes, of course, Tom. One of our most recent additions to the Fellowship. Brave kid, smart as a tack. He'll prove to be a wonderful addition to the family yet. You're to hunt down the automaton in the cave, remember? Oh, I had so hoped I could join.
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
Baking like a cake.
Salutations.
Roam free, hunter. Be vigilant.
It's a bitch fault. Get to shining recruits.
Sorry, sir.
I was really hoping to find something better.
Innocent dugongs, you nearly startled me out of my boots. Well, you've got my attention, comrade.
We'll have none of that, you hear? I hope your quest fares well, dear hunter. But certainly, what would you like to know? Oh, I am but a wizard, a guardian of man and beast, and indeed I am both. My body, like any other, is bound to temporal decay. But my spirit is a speck of light that shone forth from the eternal sun that is the cosmic soul. My task upon this earth is to protect the heart of nature, the very antithesis of which is the intrigue spun by demons and directors of the dead. Hence my involvement in Cyseal. You see, my one desire is to witness a world in which every mother looks around her and purrs with calm contentment. For she knows that her chicks or children, her cubs or calves, will grow up without knowing the meaning of menace, the enfeeblement of fear. To my great regret, none of them purr as yet. Oh, but that's not a trick. It's a blessing. Or does it surprise you that I enjoy taking a feline guise? Such magic is a gift, Hunter. To tread upon the realm of instinct, even articulate speech, perhaps humanity's greatest asset, cannot give expression to something so inextricably innate. To be out in the night, to stalk on silent paws and hunt with only the moon as your whip. But of course it's handy to speak in more than meows. And I couldn't brew potions or make machines without opposable thumbs, this I freely admit. Let's just say I have found a way to enjoy the best of two worlds. Oh, that'll never happen. Granted, a witch could make the polymorph permanent if she'd enchant me in my cat guise, but I'll just have to be careful around witches, won't I? I'm my own wizard, you know, and I don't intend to become anyone's familiar. By all means. I can't say much more, but that they're madmen. All the more dangerous to us because of their alliance with what should be a natural enemy. You won't see me teaming up with a terrier in a hurry. Of course, I hope your investigation fares well. I can but piece together what few morsels fell from the grapevine into a rather disappointing meal, I'm afraid. They say a woman arrived in the King Crab Inn sometime after midnight. She retired to a room on the ground floor where she was soon joined by a man who had been nursing the same cup of wine for hours. I say man and woman because both of them were cloaked and recognized by none. About an hour later, another figure arrived, headed for the same room. Soon after, a terrible commotion erupted and the thundering light of magic was witnessed by the few remaining patrons. It took a while for the landlord to pluck up the courage to enter the mystery room. When finally he did, he found Jake there, dead. How and why he came to be there, no one knows. But I had a good look around the scene of the crime before the Legion barred anyone from entering. The traces of magic I felt were vile. Source, no doubt. I myself have none, even though the rest of the town has already mentally tried and convicted Jake's wife, Esmeralda. Now, it may well be established that she is, in fact, the guilty party. I'm not claiming that I'm certain she's innocent, but let's just say that if I really thought this murder case would be so very easily resolved, I wouldn't have sent for source hunters. His body is gone, replaced with that of a sheep. This is all very disconcerting, to say the least. Grave robbery reeks of necromancy. Could Jake have been involved with those that raise the dead? It seems too improbable to be true, but nevertheless, you're onto something, Hunter. And what might those be? One of them failed? Who is the mongrel that dares to question my engineering expertise? I take it the mutt in question was referring to the Sparkmaster 5000. It isn't failing, it just became... well, it became self-aware. Frightfully annoying when that happens. You know what? Here's the remote access device with which I used to control it. There's a manual for that somewhere around here, too. Yours, if you can find it. I really should invite Victoria one of these days, so she can help me organize my mess of a library. Those who are raising the dead dwell among us. They simply must be. But even though I've spent many a night leaping from tree to rooftop, watching on as citizens stagger home from the inn or simply burn the midnight oil, I haven't spied a single soul worthy of true suspicion. The enemy is wily. They know us better than we know them, and they've found ways to avoid both detection and distrust. And yet, I am somehow convinced that you may succeed where the Legion and I have failed. Call it instinct. You have a flair for understatements, Hunter. I'm sure they are but a minor nuisance in the eyes of a born warrior. But to the Legion, they are green-skinned death incarnate. until they conclude what mischief they intend to see through. Or, a mere trifle for one with the intellect of a feline and the engineering skills of a human. You basically construct a classic ballista, add a 100% legally obtained self-regenerating source of destructive magic to it, and Bobcat's your uncle.
Everything we do seems to fortify your abilities.
I suppose your example has inspired me to reach heights I never before envisioned.
That inspiration hardly flows one way, my friend. Another perfect heist. You sneak with the subtlety of a tried and true.
Why, thanks. I rather do, don't I? Ha! A few more heists and I'll be a fat cat in no time.
No doubt about it. You're...
Quiet! No talking to these scoundrels, criminals, scum!
Excuse me, Grabby Gus. This is a Legion treasure.
Hey, we'll have none of that, you hear? Quiet! No talking to these scoundrels, criminals, scum!
What have we here, then? A so-called source hunter, eh? Well, look, do what you must in Cyseal, but don't make waves and don't interfere with the Legion's affairs, you hear?
I'm Captain Aureus, if you must know, leader of the Legion in Cyseal. By which I mean I have the enviable task of commanding a battalion of walking dead. For I fear it may well be but a matter of time before the undead undo all my soldiers and turn them into driveling hordes of their own misshapen number. Whom would you have the Legion arrest? The elf? What in the ne-
He wants us to kill Victoria.
It's true. He is a dangerous lunatic.
So, he wants you to kill that savage the mayor calls his daughter, does he? Hardly seems a crime to do so. But I guess I cannot allow assassinations to take place. As I suspected. Gods above! Some politician snuffs it and everyone's in an uproar. Ridiculous! I told that wizard brat of an Ahu not to bother. But he just had to send for source hunters, didn't he? Bloody magicians. They see a pigeon poop and think sorcery's afoot. Nevertheless, I want to be kept in the loop. Understand? I am in command of this town, not Mayor Cecil, not Ahu, and definitely not some hotshot source hunter. So investigate Jake's death if you feel so inclined, but report back to me the moment you discover something out of the ordinary. The scene of the crime is over at the King Crab Inn. You can tell the guard you have my permission to enter. Now off with you! Esmeralda is Jake's wife. Well, widow. Everyone in town, down to the crabs on the beach, is convinced she killed him. Now, the girl has the reputation of being a flirt. There is that. But that doesn't suffice as evidence, wouldn't you say? Or do source hunters rely on hearsay alone, perhaps? That certainly would explain some of the cock-ups you lot have made in the past. What? You're going to stand there and claim with a straight face your order never wrongly tortured and executed anyone? Hardly. But I won't stand for such nonsense. If you bring evidence before me, I'll evaluate it with perfect objectivity. The Legion relies on reason, see? Not idle superstition. It was stolen? gods, what a fool that Roberts is! Taking a bribe in beleaguered old Syseal. Ah! What was he going to do with that gold? Buy the largest kipper in the land? He has a lot to answer for, but not as much as the one that did the bribing in the first place. Guess your mission is pretty clear, isn't it? Off you go to find this munificent body snatcher.
You dare stand here and accuse me of involvement in this sordid affair? You dare accuse a cap...
Oh, what now? I'm Captain Aureus, if you must know. Leader of the Legion... if you must. Bravo! Figured that one out, did you? I haven't been stuck here for 2 years because we're being besieged by fluffy kittens, you know. Those brain-feasting freaks out there keep on coming, and it takes all the sword arms and all of Ahu's half-baked contraptions to keep them at bay. Keeping them at bay, that is all we do. Were that I could break their backs once and for all. How am I enjoying it? Are you spoiling for a fight, Hunter? Are you? Syseal stinks of fish, reeks of orcs, and on a good day, the wind disperses the stench of decomposing corpses. I can't remember the last time I had a proper piece of steak, and by now, I retch at the mere sight of sardines. So in conclusion, I am not enjoying Syseal. We are the pride of Rivellon, to be found and to be seen everywhere. We don't hide in the dark and lurk in corners like some I could mention. No, we protect the civilized from the barbaric, and we do so impeccably. I'd say they're looking for weak spots in our defenses. They can't make an attack over land for fear of Ahu's magical machines, so they're trying their luck by sea. They won't succeed, though. Not against the Legion. Yes, and he also spends most of his time in the guise of a cat, licking God's knows which body parts. Sects, sorcerers. He'll be seeing flying carpets next. Yes? Discovered anything?
That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again!
It's a bridge road. Get to sight recruits.
Sorry, sir.
You think that's funny, Private?
Sir, no, sir.
Attention! About face! To the barracks! March! Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again! Attention!
Ah, cruel fortune.
Good day to you.
Toe of snake, wing of worm, brew and slice them, stir and burn.
Owen has as many friends as the man.
The hunters were stalking in the night. By the needles of the million bleeder, they'll end it all in blood! The hunters go stalking in the night. By the needles.
How gratifying to see you return. You are quickly becoming my favorite customer.
The hunters go stalking in the night. By the needles of the million bleeder, they'll end it all in blood! Soon the last will be beaten. Beaten like the anvil of Grog, the torturer. All hail Grog! All hail his hot-steeled instruments. The hunters go a-stalking in the night. By the needles of the million bleeder, they'll end it all in blood! By the filed teeth of Sulumar's soul shredder, the end is nigh. Death comes a-creeping for you, Victoria! The hunters go a-stalking in the night. By the needles of the million bleeder, they'll end it all in blood! The hunters go a-stalking in the night. By the needles of the million bleeder, they'll end it all in blood!
Come now, Alistair. Surely you've met your match once or twice.
Ha! The closest I've come to my...
Providing you can afford it, I'll be happy to supply you with all the gear you'll need. While swinging sword, you must be thrilled to find yourself a member of a team so widely renowned for its valor and skill. And you must be even more curious. Ah, darling, that was so long ago now. Who can remember who said what after all this time? What matters is the here and now. And in this moment, I promise to give you the best deals on adventuring equipment you'll find in all Sicile. Well, you are a member of the eminent I hear you've been tasked with taking out that crazed robot, and I am Anna. I've got 1,000 when the day comes, but haven't we wasted it? Come now, Alistair. Surely you've met your match once or twice.
What do you think you're doing?
By the filed teeth of Surumar Soul Shredder, the end is nigh. Death comes a-creeping for you, Victoria! By the filed teeth of Surumar Soul Shredder, the end is nigh. Death comes a-creeping for you, Victoria! By the filed teeth of Surumar Soul Shredder, the end is nigh. Death. Soon the last will be beaten. Beaten like the anvil of Grog, the torturer. All hail, Grog! All hail his hot-steeled instruments. Soon the last will be beaten. Beaten like the anvil of Grog, the torturer. All hail, Grog! All hail his hot-steeled instruments.
That's funny, Private.
Sir, no, sir.
The Source Hunter. Oh, joyous. Whom would you have the Legion? So, he wants you to kill that savage the mayor calls his daughter, does he? So, you've found proof, have you? You have I'd give him a medal for his diligence. But apparently, Source Hunters protect the green skins that blight our lands. So be it. Eglandair will be arrested, and you can pride yourself on the travesty of justice that you have brought about.
That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again!
Do I seem like the sort who concerns myself with such things?
You'll be concerned enough when you realize that reward money won't be likely.
Here I wait for thee in the dark. My name is Eglandair Twilsalana.
You, Sir Elf with unpronounceable name. You are charged with the intention to kill Victoria, daughter of Sicil's mayor. In the name of Captain Aureus, you are hereby under arrest.
I don't understand you. I mean, oh, young and able-bodied legionnaire, I'm but a frail old man with a cough in his lungs and pain in his bones. What harm could I have done?
Oh, I don't rightly know, sir. I'm afraid I have my orders and I must obey. Please follow me.
I guess I must. I guess I must. Dear me, don't walk too fast now, or my back will fail me. I haven't your youth, my boy. Old as the oaks, I am. Dear, oh dear. What is happening to me?
That's enough of that now!
big cheese on your block for the wheel of the...
Turjageta, friend.
Dumbbells. Ugh. I need something more advanced.
He has been locked away. Oh, Diljazimas Estinek. You have saved me. Thank you, my friend, thank you. It is a terror to know someone prays for your demise, but you have undone it. The sun that is your chivalry has dissolved the dew that was Eglandir's hate. May the gods bless your heart and shield your soul from harm.
The Encyclopedia Daemonium. I know it by heart. Demonology for dumbbells. Ugh. I need something more advanced. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
Kaj'Dinor. A brief history of sorcery still hasn't been returned. Teleron will have to pay yet another fine.
This isn't the grimoire I'm looking for. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
Volume 1,
Demonology for
Volume
dumbbells.
2.
Ugh.
Where's the
I
third
need
one
something
gone?
more advanced.
Shatsu.
Is there no new
Sometimes I think
book
these
to be
books scratch
discovered
little
in
legs
this
in the
library?
Replace this book here. A volume of poetry among novels?
No, this isn't the
Rack.
grimoire I'm
Mayhem.
looking for. The Pseudomonarchia Daemonum. And the first edition, too. Most promising.
Replace this book here. A volume of poetry among novels?
You say you will take me under your wing, but I see no feathers. In truth, this is a relief. Your world is made with rules I have not yet memorized. I am happy to have a friend in such a place. And so the lonely babe was fed upon the wild mother's milk, and cast aside from humankind, he thrived among his mother's ilk. So says the saga of Thris. Do you know it?
I need something more advanced. The Encyclopedia Daemonium.
The wise godwolf Amira raised the child Thris among her litter. So you see, I have good company. Thris the wolfson, and I the bear daughter. Ask freely, my friend.
Scrap little legs in the
Jarrett, wise Jarrett, taught me the bird songs of our people. If not for him, I would never have learned more than the beasts could teach me. A beast's life is to survive. A human's is to know. Your city is far more wild than Home Forest. In Home Forest, the rules are clear. Here, a tiny screech woman, no swifter than a mudworm, might confine you into a tiny cage. And I have learned all the bird song that Jarrett could teach. I remembered every word. These tales have brought me much pleasure. The remembering of the beasts is without lies. We do not remember. It is different between beasts. He came to me when I was small. He called Jarrett, visited me. Jarrett is my master and my friend. I heard this was a place of many, but I have not found the face I see. That mystery is thick and ugly as a swarm of hornets. I watched countless the next morning. He was kidnapped, and all. I do not know the one called Attenbera, but I know that if I am to find Jarrett, I must.
Yet
The
another fine.
Pseudomonarchia Daemonum. And the first edition, too. Most promising.
Volume 1, Volume 2. Where's the third one gone? Shatsu.
No,
Sometimes I think these
this
books
isn't the
scrap little legs in
grimoire
the
I'm
night.
looking for. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library? No, this isn't the grimoire I'm looking for. The Encyclopedia Daemonium.
Volume 2.
I know it by
Where's the
heart.
third one gone? Shatsu. Sometimes I think these books sprout little legs in the night.
The Lesser Key of Sadakandras. Ugh, what nonsense. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
Kej'Dinor. A brief history of sorcery still hasn't been returned. Teleron will have to pay yet another fine.
This isn't the grimoire I'm looking for. The Pseudomonarchia Daemonum. And the first edition, too. Most
The
promising.
knight in see-through armor. Princess Buttercup with the blushing bottom. Stenteken. Esmeralda does have a propensity for all things naughty, hasn't she?
No. This...
Pay the big cheese on your block with a wheel of the good stuff.
Red and orange, yellow and green, the finest veggies size seals ever seen. Heavenly herring, delicious dogfish, yours for a scrap gold each. Lettuce.
Say, no one's around.
Burrow, indeed.
Come now, I'll be good for it. Oh, my story's tired by now. I was happy enough, prosperous enough, before these lean times around Sicil began. Still, that doesn't waive a man's need to eat, you know. I never would have dreamt of resorting to petty theft during better times. But what choice have I got now? If it's steal or starve, I'll choose steal. So what do you think? Should I...
On the move for cheese.
That merchant has to eat too, you know. Leave the fish alone.
Yes, you know what they say about giving a man a fish. This man should...
I suppose you've got a point. A hungry man, you know.
I should have done this from the very start.
Still thinking about exploring the beach? You're free to go, though we Legionnaires are under strict orders never to abandon. You don't look like you're quite ready to head out into the wilds to me. You may have the right number of champions in your party, yet in experience, I think you're lacking. Of course, the choice is yours, but are you... Thank you for heeding my words of...
Look alive, my good man. This gate'll be short work for a well-equipped contingent of orcs. Slimy, reeking, rotting sea
I should have done this from the very start.
Watch the undead quiver in their mouldy boots. On the move for cheese. Their excuse is more holes than a slice of this fine almond there.
Portions to be muscly
So, Santa?
Don't scuttle away before you... I listened in while you were talking to that would-be thief. Thank...
Tomatoes.
Watch the undead quiver in their mouldy boots.
Here for your daily serving of veggies. Please partake of the plumpest produce ever produced.
Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Get it while it's fresh. These batches only hours from the sea.
Portions to be muscly.
So, Santa? Oh, don't tell me you got to worry about dark magic on top of it all.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Oh, no, noble friend. Your upper chakras are in desperate need of a good scrubbing. Fortunately for you, my homebrewed tinctures will do the job. Or if you're in the mood for something a bit more electrifying, one of my air scrolls might give your system just the shock it needs.
Quite down the market, it seems.
On the move for cheese. The excuse is more holes than a slice of this fine golden bread.
Tomatoes.
Let us see if you can choose the finest greens.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses. Lay the big cheese on your boat with a wheel of the good stuff.
Join the Spud Club if you've got an eye for farm potatoes.
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
No better solution to the zombie problem than a set of silver arrows.
Join the Spud Club if you've got an eye for farm potatoes.
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
I ain't straight. I ain't true. Arrows by the dozens. Heavenly Harry, delicious dogfish. Yours for scraps of
Lonesome? Spiritless? Perhaps wrestling an earth elemental will inject some vim into your routine.
delicious dogfish. Yours for scraps of
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
Ah, gracious patron, I see your tired eyes looking a bit teary. I've just the potion for that. Or would you prefer a toasty fire spell to dry those vapours?
No better solution to the zombie problem than a set of silver arrows.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Watch the undead quiver
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Join the Spud Club if you've got an eye for farm potatoes.
Lonesome? Spiritless? Perhaps wrestling an earth elemental will inject some vim into your routine?
Watch the undead quiver in their mouldy boots.
Ah, gracious patron, I see your tired eyes looking a bit teary. I've just the potion for that. Or would you prefer a toasty fire spell to dry those vapours?
Let us see if you can choose the finest greens. Join the Spud Club if you've got an eye for farm potatoes. Red and orange, yellow and green, the finest veggies size seals ever seen.
Pay the big cheese on your brook with a wheel of the good stuff.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes. Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Watch the undead quiver in their mouldy boots.
Not in the mood for cheese. That excuse is more hose than a slice of this fine golden land.
I guess someone else got here first.
Move along.
So tell me, Septimus, would your wife or sweetheart be compensated by the Legion should tragedy befall you on the battlefield?
Fortune!
My, what a strong and handsome officer.
Legion's greetings. I have been informed about your heroics on the beach. Were that I had been there to partake in the battle. But my duties lie here, sworn as I am to protect Lady Esmeralda from the rabble that would enforce summary justice on her, even though she is, until proven guilty, wholly innocent. I am Septimus, seventh son in a household of 9, legionnaires all. Me and 2 brothers of mine were assigned to Sicile from day 1. Alas, both of them have long since fallen in battle against the dead. But never shall I lose heart. Long as a single legionnaire stands, all of us remain undefeated in the eyes of the gods. So fair a lady I have seldom seen in all of Rivellon, my friend. And I have traveled more extensively than migratory birds do. She stands accused of murder, but in my mind, her presumed guilt is a fallacy, and indeed a fabrication. Steadfast will I guard her. Never will I waver unless absolute proof of her culpability should be brought before me. And I hold no such proof exists. And what questions are those? I hold by the belief that this place is cursed. First, the undead, who are getting more vicious by the day, mind. Then the orcs, who don't seem to understand when a war's been lost. Something about this place seems to inspire the worst in those savages. Don't even mention those rotten carcasses to me. They're the reason we've been stuck in this dead-end town for nigh on 2 bloody years. All fun and games in the beginning, but just you lose a couple of friends fighting those fiends, Get used to lousy rations and have but drink and dice for entertainment. And you'll soon come to realize that out of hundreds of cohorts the world round, yours drew the short straw. Jake's murder is, in a word, a tragedy. He was well loved in all of Cyseal. The Council of Seven couldn't have wished for a better ambassador. That he of all people should have braved the undead siege for so long, only to be felled by foul sorcery, is heartrending.
My, what a strong and handsome officer you are, kind Septimus. You must have fought many a battle, am I right? In fact, I bet you're a real war hero.
Oh, I'm no hero, dearest. I'm just doing my duty for the Legion.
Well, you certainly are my hero. The rock upon which I may rest my weary...
Lords above, grant me patience. You're a source hunter, aren't you? Here because you think I killed my husband. How many times do I need to state and restate my complete innocence in the matter? I am Esmeralda, wife of Jake, and now, alas, his widow. Poor man. We were both so young when we married. He so rich and I so poor. But his one and only princess just the same.
Well, what do you want to know? Cyseal, now that's a sad story. Roofs of elegant homes burned for fuel, oaken cupboards emptied, and ladies dragging the dregs of their great skirts to bargain for fish bones.
They're nightmare incarnate, aren't they? Let a priest explain that to me. How we all supposedly become the gods' children in death, when in fact foul magic can bring us back and make us haunt our own kin in endless, mindless deviance.
Starstone? I've never heard of such a thing. Dear Jake had a mineral collection, yes. As far as I knew, it was one of his pastimes, nothing more.
Do you mean to imply he collected something dangerous? Something that may have gotten him into trouble? Oh, this is all too much. I feel like I'm drifting from nightmare into nightmare.
Like I told just about every Legionnaire in town, I don't know anything about poor Jake's murder. I want his killer found and tried, but everyone suspects me of this evil deed. And you're no different, are you?
So what happened? Some of them tittle-tattling crab chasers down the pub call me a murderous gold digger and you believe them? These insinuations truly go beyond the pale. Oh, I think I'm getting one of my headaches.
quite adamant about her innocence.
We'll need to look for evidence if we want to prove she actually did the evil deed.
My, what a strong and handsome officer you are, kind Septimus. You must have fought many a battle, am I right? In fact, I bet you're a real war hero.
Oh, I'm no hero, Esmeralda, dearest. I'm just doing my duty for the Legion.
Well, you certainly are my hero. The rock upon which... Well, I've none of that, you hear? Well, you certainly are my hero. The rock upon which I may rest my weary soul in these trying and troubled times.
Never fear, milady. As long as I'm around, no hair on your haloed head shall be harmed. Legion's greetings, Hunter.
Assure me, dear Septimus, that you haven't been fighting those awful orcs. I can't bear to imagine something would happen to you.
Oh, but don't you worry, lady. We Legionnaires are highly trained soldiers who fear neither hawk nor demon.
Oh, but what if you were to be ambushed, caught unawares?
Leave me be, I have a job to do.
So tell me, Septimus, would your wife or sweetheart be compensated by the Legion should tragedy befall you on the battlefield?
I suppose so. But seeing that I'm neither married, engaged, or attached anyway, I've never bothered to inquire.
Polite, handsome, and single. Don't go anywhere tonight, Legionnaire. I'd be afraid alone in the dark. what a strong and handsome officer you are, kind Septimus. You must have fought many a battle, am I right? In fact, I bet you're a real war hero.
Oh, I'm no hero.
You there, cut it out!
For the Lucci.
My, what a strong and handsome officer you are, kind
Oh, I'm no hero,
Septimus.
Esmeralda.
You must have fought many a
I'm just
battle, am
doing
I
my
right?
duty.
In fact,
For the
I
Legion.
bet you're a well, you certainly are my hero. The rock upon which I may rest my weary soul in these trying and troubled times.
Never fear, milady. As long as I'm around, no hair on your haloed head shall be harmed.
Assure me, dear Septimus, that you haven't been fighting those awful orcs. I can't bear to imagine something would happen to you.
Oh, but don't you worry, lady. We Legionnaires are highly trained soldiers who fear neither orc nor demon.
Oh, but what if you were to be ambushed, caught unawares? Oh, catch me, for I might faint.
Seeing that I'm neither married, engaged, or attached in any way.
Move along.
Polite, handsome, and single. Don't go anywhere tonight, Legionnaire. I'd be afraid alone in the dark.
Hey, stop that.
You there! You don't look like someone who's ever been serenaded by a severed head. Step right up!
My word! Fantastic!
Performers, showmen, show all of them. Cecil, what you're made of.
Ah, a familiar face.
Don't pity me. When Reginald, it seems, and Eve, I don't know how he... Come on, come on. Can't you hear the stage calling you? Performers, showmen, show all of them. Cecil, what you're made of.
Enjoying the fair right away, my dear. Just as fast as speak to Master Chaucer if you're ready for your debut. Well, I've a note.
By the seven. What is it this time? Katarina's? Tell me when you're ready to begin, and I'll show you to your places. Ready for your trial by fire, you mean? Not planning on playing to an empty audience?
You hear distant mutterings of curiosity as a small crowd shuffles toward your stage. A few moments longer, and everyone will be seated. Now, let's not be hasty. They may be dragging their feet, but your show is sure to knock the crowd's socks off. As soon as they settle into their seats, that is.
By the seven. What a tale!
The stage is yours.
Oh, come on, we haven't got all day. By the seven. What a tale!
The crowd is completely appalled by your retelling.
It is said, and
My word!
Ghost who knew Elba, who knew
You
Elba,
fantastic! Like an actor just waiting for his big debut.
that the king had a great thirst for colour. So ardently did he crave creamy blues and gory reds.
By the seven! What a tale! You there! You look like an actor just waiting for his big debut.
Ha! You there! You don't look like someone who's ever been serenaded by a severed head. Step right up!
Bravo! Yeehaw! You there! You look like an actor just waiting for his big debut.
You don't look like someone who's ever been serenaded by a severed
My
head.
word!
Step right up! It is said, and this I have heard from the
Come on! Can't you hear the stage calling you?
that the king had a great thirst for colour.
Fantastic!
Did he crave creamy blues and gory reds that he ordered a contest across his realm. Ah! Today, I think...
By the seven! What a tale! Performers, showmen, show all of them. Cecil, what you're made of. My word! You there! You look like an actor just waiting for his big debut. You there! You look like an actor just waiting for his big debut. What a tale!
It is said, and this I have heard from a ghost who knew Elba, who knew
My word! word.
Who is said to have known Sigurd himself.
Come on! Come on! Can't you hear the stage calling
My
you?
word! Fantastic! Bravo! Bravo!
Performers, showmen, show all of them. Signs here what you're made of. Word!
It is said, and this I have heard from a ghost who knew Elba, who knew Elliot, who is said to have known Sigurd himself.
Performers,
that the
showmen,
king had
show
a
all
great
of them.
thirst
Signs
of
here what you're made of.
So armed with the
My
creamy blues and
word.
gory reds, that he ordered a contest across his realm.
Fantastic!
Today I think a king, the great Sigurd
My
and his
word.
rainbow of war machines. It is said, and this I have heard from a ghost who knew Elba,
Fantastic!
Bravo! Bravo! That the king had a great thirst.
Fantastic! Fantastic!
Creamy blues and gory reds, that he ordered a contest across his
You there?
realm.
You look like an actor just waiting for his big debut.
Today, I think, a king, the great Sigurd and his rainbow of war machines. It is said, and this I have heard from a ghost who knew Elba, who knew Elliot, who is said to have known Sigurd himself, that the king had a great thirst of
You there? You look like an actor just waiting for his big debut.
My word!
that he ordered a contest across his realm.
By the seven! What a tale!
The great Sigurd and his rainbow of war machines.
Come on! Come on! Can't you hear the stage calling you?
Who is said to have known
My
Sigurd
word.
himself, that the king had a great thirst for power.
My word!
So armed with the
Come on! Come on! Can't you hear the stage?
Enjoying the fair. Right, so speak to Master.
Fantastic! Bravo!
What is it this time? Katarina's? Tell me when you're ready to begin and I'll... Ready for your trial by fire, you... Not planning on playing to an empty audience, are you?
You hear distant mutterings of curiosity as a small crowd shuffles toward your stage. A few moments longer, and everyone will be seated.
Fantastic!
My word!
Fantastic!
The stage is yours.
Yoda!
The crowd seems to know the tale. They wholly approve of your beginning.
Fantastic!
Is it too late to
The
get my
audience seems perplexed by your retelling, perplexed and enraged.
Come on! Come on! Can't you hear the stage calling you?
Fantastic! This here is the greatest illusion in Enderville!
My word!
Bravo!
You
Yeehaw!
there? You look like an actor just waiting for his big debut.
My word!
This here is the greatest illusion in Enderville!
Performers, showmen, show all of them. Signs here what you're made of.
You there! You don't look like someone who's ever been serenaded by a
Fantastic!
Enjoying the fair. Right away. Speak to Master Chot.
What is it this time? Katerina, tell me when you're ready to be ready for your trial by not planning on playing to an empty or...
You hear distant mutterings of curiosity as a small crowd shuffles toward your stage. A few moments longer, and everyone will be seated. The stage is yours. The crowd seems to know the tale. They wholly approve of your beginning. The crowd is thrilled. Whatever will happen next is sure to excite them. The crowd seem quite impressed with your delivery. Keep it up.
Oh, I hope there's
The
an
crowd
encore.
gasps. They're on the edge of their seats. Go on. Push them. Gasps ring out across the audience. They must know how it ends. They simply must. The crowd explodes into applause and appreciation. You've woven them a tale of desperation and hope, and they are alive with the thrill of it.
I haven't seen a show like that in years. I'm all a quiver.
You there? You look like an actor just waiting for his big debut. Come on! Come all! Can't you hear the stage calling you? What is it this time? No. Really? I hadn't noticed. If not for this ridiculous condition, you'd know me as Bravo! Bravo! Well, I'm certainly not afraid of admitting when I'm wrong. That was, well, nearly enjoyable. Oh, I should have...
Enjoying the fair, aren't you? Of course you are. And, well, I've an open stage in want of talent. As I said, speak to Master Chot.
Hear the stage calling you. Performers, showmen, show all of them. Cecil, what is it this time? Katerina's, tell me when you're ready to begin and I'll show you... Oh, here we go. Not planning on playing to an empty...
You hear distant mutterings of curiosity as a small crowd shuffles toward your stage. A few moments longer, and everyone will be seated. The stage is yours.
Oh, come on, we haven't got all done.
Simply
The crowd breaks into an approving chuckle. Continue, by all means. Eager to hear more, the crowd leans forward with great interest. One lady in the back is already chuckling. She must have heard this one before. The crowd's curiosity is piqued. Oh, do go on before they explode.
fantastic.
That's it, Source Hunter. You've got this joyful crowd right where you want them. Now, they like you. They really, really like you. Well done, Source Hunter.
Performers, showmen, show all of them. Cecil, what you're made of. What is it this time? Well, I must say that was, well, impressive. A bit like... Now, let's not make a scene. Oh, I should have been one of the greats, but here I am. No, really? I hadn't noticed.
Enjoying the fair, aren't you? Of course you are.
Creamy blues and gory reds.
My word!
Come on! Come on! Can't you...
A familiar face. Don't pity me. When Reginald came, it seems and even I don't know.